Hello, and welcome to episode 12 of the Brick Clubhouse. My name is Evan. I am one of the co-hosts, and I'm joined here with the other co-host, Chris. Hi, Chris.
Hey, Evan. It's so good to be back
It's good to be back.
in the clubhouse. It's weird to be recording in the daytime.
I know, we usually do it at nighttime.
Yeah, so.
We are also, if you guys haven't been able to tell already, we are recording on new equipment.
Right, so it'll either sound really good, or if we don't have it dialed in, maybe.
Let's hope it sounds good.
I think it does.
But we're working on things, making improvements here at the Brick Clubhouse, and hopefully it sounds better for you all out there.
Yeah, after 11 episodes, it seemed like it was only right.
It seems like this is here to stay. So
yeah,
hopefully.
Mostly because our sponsor, Bricks and Minifigs, San Diego North.
There it is. Always gotta read
There it is. I always feel like the pause with the North. I don't know why. I wish it could just be San Diego, but it's North because there could be another San Diego one someday.
Yeah.
So, but we've been over that before.
Anyway, they're our sponsor.
They're our sponsor. We're so thankful. If you're ever in the area, stop by and visit. We've got lots of new in box sets, pre-owned sets,
retired
mini figures for days. Yeah,
figures in cases.
Lots of retired new in box.
Yep.
In fact, a bunch of new Star Wars retired new in box just came in.
A little preview for later.
Yeah, we're getting them ready. We're also certifying some very exciting Star Wars sets.
That's fun.
So all that will be on a future episode.
Yeah, I mean, we'll get into it briefly towards the end about what's new in the store, but yeah.
But, we need a little tease. Everyone loves the tease.
We gotta make content, right? So we gotta have topics for other episodes.
Exactly. Like we know that's how this game works. And
although next time we record, maybe not quite. No, yeah, it's the 30th today. So next time we record, the June 1st releases will be out.
Yes.
So we'll be able to talk about all those.
There'll be a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
June 1st.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't do any pre-June discussions.
Not really.
No,
we'll have to just cover those when they come out.
Yeah, next week.
Next week, that'll be our topic.
Yes, for sure. But if you're listening, we hope you like the show, and we love a rating wherever you listen to your podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Spotify, Apple, give us a shout out. We'd love to see that. Or follow us on Instagram at Bricks and Minifigs San Diego or at the Brick Clubhouse. So we'd love to connect with you there as well.
Yeah.
But it's time to talk about what's new in Lego.
Yes, it is. So
this week, Lego announced a new video game set.
They did.
The Legend of Zelda.
The Legend of Zelda. It is a combination set between The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time and The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, which is my favorite game of all time.
Yes, but it doesn't come out for many months. So they're going to hold the discussion of that.
Yeah.
If you really want to see it, go search it online. Obviously, this is an audio podcast, so we don't have a picture of it.
Interesting because, like with some of the June 1st sets, they don't reveal them until like 2 weeks before they come out, right? They've done this. They do it randomly, it seems, where they reveal some things like months ahead of time. Like the first wave of the Animal Crossing sets, those came out in March, and they revealed them in like December or January.
Yeah. It was, and they've already revealed
the wave for October.
Yeah, that there's another wave.
Or maybe that's September.
And it's months away.
Yeah. Anyways, we'll talk about them when the time comes.
Yeah, when the time comes.
But it got us thinking.
Yeah, this is kind of like the one big Nintendo set that we got this year. They've been releasing kind of one big 18 plus Nintendo themed set every.
They've released one kind of 18 plus Mario set. There was NES, there was Bowser, there was the Piranha Plant, there was the question mark block.
Yeah.
I'd still be surprised if they don't release another 18 plus Mario set this year. But we haven't seen one yet.
No, but we are getting this one.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought it would be interesting for us to talk about, maybe start talking about our favorite video game sets that Lego has done.
Yeah.
And maybe afterwards throw out some ideas of some dream Lego sets based on video game properties.
Yeah.
Now, I do have a rule about this, though.
Mm.
So when we talk about video game sets, one of the easiest things to do would be Lego Star Wars video game.
Sure. Doesn't count.
So, like, yeah, that would make almost any Lego set of Star Wars like part of a video game.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, so those don't count.
Yeah, okay.
Those Lego-based video games that, encompass lots. These are...
We're talking about sets that are specifically based off of a game
Yes.
that was created as an IP, as a game first.
Right. It was a game first, then there became a Lego set.
Sure.
Not incorporated into a Lego-based video game.
Sure.
Because I just thought that would be a more interesting discussion.
That's super fair. That makes a lot of sense.
So maybe we'll just go back and forth mentioning some of our favorite ones and see where the discussion goes.
Yeah, sounds good.
So, do you want to go first or do you want me to?
Sure. It's funny. I feel like there's been a good amount of Lego video game sets that are like right up my alley, and then there's been a good amount that's like, oh, that's cool, but like games that I'm not really super interested in. So, as we've mentioned here before, I'm a huge Animal Crossing fan.
Yeah,
Animal Crossing fan. And now Chris is. You're welcome. But so yeah, I think the Animal Crossing sets would have to be my favorite video game based Lego sets that they've made up to this point.
Now, do you have a favorite within that theme, or just kind of that theme in general?
I think the theme in general. I have all but one of the sets, but I haven't built any of them yet. So I can't really give like a hands-on review of any of them so far, which is kind of interesting. I do really like. There's multiple of them. I feel like if I had to pick one right now that was my favorite, it'd be the Fauna's house visit.
Nice.
Fauna and Isabel, just because I think that's the two best minifigure. Although Marshall and Cap'n are really great, but I do like the build of the Fauna set better. Fauna's one of my villagers, and so it's really cool to see her in minifigure form. That's the one that has like the DIY workbench with the DIY printed tile.
Oh yeah,
and like and Fauna's cute little house. So I do think that would probably be the one that'd be my favorite at this point. So,
nice.
I was over the moon when they announced Lego Animal Crossing. I was so excited.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
we had to record your initial impressions.
Well, even
long before.
Yeah, even when the rumors came out before I even knew you, I was so excited.
Yeah, I wasn't. I'm late to the game.
Yeah,
literally the game.
Yeah.
But those are good choices. They are fun sets.
Yeah.
The thing I love about those is the minifigures are so fun.
I just love, the custom head molds and the printing. Like, they've just done a really good job on them so far. And I love that they're oversized because they are in the game. Like, their heads are too big for their body.
Yeah, the sets are whimsical. Like,
yeah.
I think we would captured the game well in Lego form.
I think all adult fans of Animal Crossing would like an 18-plus set. And I do think that there's a good chance we'll get one. However, I do think that like they nailed like the general like wave of them because they're modular like they are in the game. You can kind of customize them, but they're also much more accessible to all age ranges, which is what the game is. Like there are fans of Animal Crossing from like 2 years old to like 90. So like the fact that it is accessible for both, like you and me love those sets.
Yeah.
And also like a kid could go build them because they're 6+ sets. So like I think they hit a good happy medium for like the mainline waves.
Yeah, I think they did. Good first pick. For my first pick, I'm going to go back to my junior high days. And I'm going to pick the original NES.
The NES, yeah.
Set.
With the TV.
With the TV.
Ugh.
I think for a few reasons I'm picking this one. One, I just have such great memories of playing on that original NES. I never actually had one. My parents didn't believe we needed a new video game system. They thought the Atari 2600 was good enough. So I had to go over to my friend James's house, and he had one. And we played many hours of Mario at his house. And the set is just so great.
It's an awesome set.
It's got multiple parts. You have the NES itself that you build. It's got the cartridge that comes out. Yeah. It's got a little Easter egg where you can take the side panel off, and it's like the first level of Mario, like in micro form.
You get the controller that you can connect to it.
Yeah, the controller, even with a little cable that runs to it. And then you also have the TV build.
Yeah.
Which in itself is a great
awesome.
Is a great build. And the fact that you get both of these
in one set.
Yeah, and the TV that you can like turn the crank and Mario goes through.
It's so good.
Through it, and even, if you have the Mario, like where you can build more of the buildable Mario sets.
Electronic Mario.
Yeah, you can put the electronic Mario and get the music and the sounds.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
So great. Super fun. I love that set.
Yeah. I don't know if I mentioned on the podcast, but my first year when I got into Lego for Christmas, my mom got each of me and my brothers a big Lego set. I got the Hogwarts Castle. My brother Blair got the Upside Down. And then Drake got the NES because he's a big Nintendo Mario Zelda fan. And so we have that set in the family. I was actually just at his apartment up in Santa Barbara this weekend, and I saw it up on his shelf, and it makes me happy just to see it.
I've
and
got
that's
it out.
That we have used in the store right now.
We do,
yeah,
and it's part of my collection. It's out where we used to have a TV set up for video games, and it went on the table with all the real video game consoles. So,
and we also do have the Fauna and Isabel house visit set sealed in the store right now.
We do.
So both sets we talked about so far we have in the store.
Yeah. So you can swing by. So that's my first pick. What's yours?
My next one, since I've kind of covered the Animal Crossing line as a whole, I do think even though it's for a game that I'm not the hugest fan of, it's the first Sony Lego collaboration as a set that I'm aware of. Well, they did Portal. I think that was a PlayStation exclusive game. They did the Portal Dimensions pack. But I'm going to go with the Horizon Zero Dawn tall neck set.
Oh, yeah.
I've played, not fully beat Horizon Zero Dawn. I think I have like 2 or 3 missions left, which I know the game came out forever ago. It's a fun game. I love archery, and I always have. So like the archery combat's super fun. It's a cool world that they've built with really cool machines. That tall neck set though is awesome.
It looks really good.
It's retired now, but when it was out, it was a really good price per piece value. And I remember whenever I saw it in display at the Lego store, I was always like, whoa, this is way bigger than it looks on the box.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's a big set. It's a good size set. I think it retailed for $90. It's well over 1,000 pieces. But the best part is that Aloy minifigure. When I first saw that, I was like, well, someday that figure is going to be worth a lot because the printing is awesome. They went all out with that. But then her hairpiece, it has like the little clear circle around the ear for the focus, which is like a big part of the game. And like the fact that it's molded into the hair makes the hair that much more unique and valuable. So
it's a good figure. It's a good set. And you're right. I think the figure is what really helps set that set apart and make it more than just the tall neck.
Yeah, I think that game, I mean, the whole combat system, is a little violent, but you're like, and you do kill people in that game. So I was a little surprised when I saw Lego make it into a set because it's usually much more like Mario. Like no one dies in Mario. And so that was one of I think it made sense that they did a crossover with a Sony property. But yeah, I was curious to know which one it would be. And that was a good one.
Yeah, they did a good job with that set.
And they actually released it for coinciding with the release of Horizon Forbidden West, which was the second game. It might actually be specifically based off of Forbidden West. And now that I'm looking at the box right here, yeah, Forbidden West is actually the branding of it. But same character and same robots that you do play with in the first game. So it can be for either, but it did release around the time Forbidden West did. And there's a lot of other robots and machines from that game that they could make into sets, and so we'll see if they make any more in the future.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. With my next pick, I am going to the Star Wars property, but I'm not breaking the rules that I said.
Yep.
So this is a buildable character from Fallen Order.
Yeah.
Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. The BD-1.
Such a
little buildable droid.
That's so good.
One, I love the buildable droids.
Yeah.
Like all of them. So
yeah.
And then the fact that they did this one based on the video game was really surprising to me when it came out.
Yeah.
And this, I mean, and it's a great set. It's got over 1,000 pieces. It does come with the little minifig BD1 on the plaque, just like the other buildable droids.
He's pretty much life size too. Like I think he's like maybe a half inch shorter, but he's like he's basically life size, which is great.
I like to think of him as life size.
Yeah,
he sits on my desk.
There he is.
I really enjoy that set. It was a fun build. It just looks great. And from another video game I haven't played, but
you haven't played Fallen Order?
Very familiar with. No, I watched my son play through it.
It's a good game.
I do it a lot of watching people play through video games.
Yeah, it's a good one.
And it was a fun video game. I haven't really seen the second one.
Yeah,
but
I don't have the second one yet.
But I'm judging it just based on the set.
Yeah,
and I love the set. So
yeah,
BD1 is going to be my second pick.
It's a great set. It's a fun game. I think that when I first played it the first time, it was still towards the beginning of my fandom, so I was a little lost on some of not lost, but just didn't fully understand all of what was going on in the world. Now that I know the world much better, I do want to replay it, and I need to play the second game. That was actually funny. When Bailey and I had COVID, she played through the whole game, and I watched her play through it. And she loved it. And BD1 is a great way to to build something from that game.
Yeah, I mean, if you were going to include something we haven't had any ships from those video games, even though a lot of people would like them.
Yeah,
we are getting
the Mantis is a cool ship. That would be great.
Yeah, and a lot of people there's some custom versions out there.
Yeah,
we are getting a Cal Kestis minifigure as part of the 25th anniversary.
And he looks great.
But not any sets, just the figure, which, will be great to pick up and maybe display with.
And they're going to make they're going to make a third game. It's going to be at least a trilogy. So it's not totally impossible that we're going to get a Mantis set at some point. Yeah. Moving on from that, it's funny because this is where you got BD, which is whatever.
I sniped him.
Yeah, it's kind of where a lot of the rest of these I don't have a personal connection to, really. Oh, we're talking about sets, though.
Yeah.
I do like Mario. I'm not a huge Mario guy. I haven't played that many of the actual classic Mario games. But the Bowser set, the Mighty Bowser, is a really good set. It's basically a giant puppet in Lego. The limbs are loose, so when you pick it up, it's loose and you can pose it. But the play functions on that thing are just awesome.
It is a great set. Whether you like Mario or not, this set is fantastic. And right before the set came out at Comic-Con, they had a 10-foot tall version.
I remember seeing that online.
It was fantastic.
Yeah,
but it's super fun set.
Yeah,
and I love the people that pose it with the grand piano set and make it look like Bowser's sitting there singing Peaches.
Yeah, that I have seen that. That's funny.
It's a good use of that set.
Yeah,
Bowser's a good choice.
And just like the NES, you can take the little electronic Mario guy, and there's a few different codes you can scan over that set, and then it basically initiates a Bowser boss battle, and so he'll breathe fireballs at you, and as if you hop around enough, you'll take down Bowser, and it's really cool.
And it's a big set. I mean, it's big. It's 2,800 pieces. It is not. It's a lot bigger than you think it is. When you see it built.
That's another one that we have sealed in the store still, right?
We do.
Yeah, it's a good set. We get people asking about it all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, we've had it used in the store too.
Oh, we have.
But,
I must have missed that.
But yeah, Bowser's really good. So I'm going to take my last pick here, and I'm going to pick, much like my first pick, I'm taking one of the buildable consoles.
Yeah,
and I'm taking the Atari 2600.
Yeah, it's a cool set
because this was the play set that I had growing up.
Mm-hmm.
Ironically, we didn't have the one that looked like this.
Really?
There were different versions of the Atari 2600.
Yeah.
Or that were compatible with 2600 games. So, we had the Sears version that looked totally different than this one. But it had the same the same place to plug in.
Dude, I drove past the Sears in North County Mall the other day, and I don't know, is it still in business?
I don't know.
Like the signs are still there, but there was like nobody in the parking lot.
I don't know if Sears is
Sears was like
still around.
Yeah, Sears was a thing when I was growing up still.
Yeah,
but
and
not really anymore.
And I know there. I can't think of one that's open anymore.
I'd be curious. Yeah, I think it's closed, but they still have all like the signage up. Like they never bothered to take it down.
Well, then maybe it's still open.
And that's a big mall, and it's a big
Oh,
space
yeah.
within the mall. I feel like they would want someone else to move in.
You would think.
Yeah, I don't know.
But so we had the Sears version of the 2600. So like the joysticks and stuff we had were different,
Okay.
but it's played all the same games. But I still have a fondness for the 2600.
Oh yeah.
And so this classic version of it with the wood paneling on the front and the orange accents, and
the wood paneling is really cool.
And again, you have a controller that plugs in. The one thing that's fun about this one is, so you get more than one game cartridge. You get 3 cartridges and a little case for them to go in.
Yeah.
But then you also get these little builds for each game that are just super fun. So you get a little centipede build, you get the little castle from Adventure.
Yeah.
And then you also get a little arcade. Like it looks like, I grew up in Michigan. It looks like somebody's basement and somebody's playing their Atari with a little scene that kind of folds out of the set. And I just love in these console sets where they didn't just build a console, but they added like these little extras and made it
the little side builds.
Made it fun in the side builds.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to take the 2600 with my last pick.
And that one, like I said, I've never played an Atari actually, so it's a cool set, but I don't have much of an attachment. And then also, I'm not a Sonic guy, so Sonic is the other main. Like that's kind of the other main.
Oh yeah,
main.
Well, there are a lot of video. I mean, we can go back
series,
and forth.
Like Overwatch. They made Overwatch too.
Yeah, Overwatch. This buildable Mario stuff, the Sonic games. Like, there's a lot that we haven't covered. But
yeah, I guess I was thinking more like current one. Yeah, because there's other ones from the past, but of the current lines, I think other than Sonic, I think we hit on pretty much most of them.
Yeah, we have. It's just with one pick. If you could pick a property or some video game related set that you would like to see Lego build, what are you picking?
It's a good question. I can only pick one.
Sure. I mean, if you really have more than one.
I mean, there's a good amount of games that I think would be cool. I think if I had to pick one, does it have to be one that's realistic?
No.
Okay. In that case.
Yeah, we've established in our picks and our drafts, realism doesn't have to play a part.
Well, that's good to know. So, in that case, I would probably pick a set based off of The Last of Us. That's one of my favorite games. We have custom Joel and Ellie minifigures in the case at the store that are really cool. But it's a very violent, very mature game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say Lego's probably not going to.
Yeah, the series is on HBO, so it's very adult. And I would imagine that they're probably not going to release anything based off of The Last of Us. I feel like the only thing they might have done is like a Comic-Con figure or two, but they don't do Comic-Con figures anymore.
No, and they really, those were pretty much, you had Marvel ones and you had Disney or DC ones. DC. They didn't.
Yeah, that's true.
Because like we didn't even ever get like Star Wars minifigs.
I mean, there's Barb, and there was Bard the Bowman, and there was a couple other random ones.
Yeah, a few other Warner Brother properties would.
But you're right, it was mostly. Yeah, so I mean, I also, as I think about it too, like, I don't even know what you would make a Last of Us set based off of. Like, it'd have to be like a diorama of just like a scene from something, because like there's not like, you know, like Horizon, there's like an actual like giant like buildable animal robot things to build. The Last of Us would have to be more like a scenic backdrop almost. But dude, getting like a clicker like head mold would be super sick, and then like a Joel and Ellie minifigure would be awesome.
I have not played this game, so I can't speak much to it, and I only watched the first few episodes of the show.
Yeah,
So I'm going to have to take your word for it.
it's pretty great.
But would you want it based off the game or the show?
The game.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the show's great. I think, yeah, as much as I'd do like the show and like the castings that they chose, I think I'd want it based off the game.
Okay.
Yeah.
One of my dream video game sets. I'm going to I love when Lego like releases something that's like real life, but then they do it in Lego. And so like in my other sets I already picked 2 other consoles. I'm going back to the console arena, and I think that this might actually be something they could do someday. Just based on the other things they've done. I want a buildable Game Boy.
Oh, that'd be
The
sick.
original Game Boy. Give me some cartridges and a Tetris build to go along with it, as the side build. I just think that would be super fun.
Yeah.
A life-size original Game Boy, because I spent many an hour playing on that Game Boy.
Yeah. I never had a Game Boy of my own actually, but my friends had some and I'd play here and there. And actually my brother a few months ago started buying old Game Boys and buying parts to like customize them and like refurbish
Oh,
them
wow.
and stuff. So he's actually getting back into them. It's a good one. Like the square one that flips open, like like that one.
No, like the
No.
original one.
Oh, like
That's
the
like
rectangular
the kind of
thing.
gray.
Yeah.
That the cartridge went in the top. It had kind of the
Yeah.
green and black
Like
screen.
the vertical rectangle.
Yep.
Yeah.
That had the controller built in just to the bottom of the rectangle.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
the original. And maybe they could do like a trio of them. We get the original Game Boy and we get the Game Boy Advance.
I could see like a Lego idea set where you get like builds of 3 of them in one, kind of like they've done
Oh
for
yeah.
like the fossils or like the birds. I could also see them doing like a 3-in-1 set where you like can choose which one to build.
Yeah, because it would be a pretty small set, like
It would.
comparatively to some of the other.
And they can make it life size, and
Oh yeah,
it would be that'd be great.
and like I said, you could do a couple of the game cartridges.
Yeah.
I mean, they'd have to do Tetris. That was the game for that platform.
Yeah, and I mean, they don't have the licensing for it, but a Pokemon game would be big.
Yeah, I feel like the Pokemon games really took off with like the game, like with some of the later Game Boys.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, but we don't care about licensing because we're just pie in the sky making ideas. But I would love the original Game Boy. I just think it would be super fun.
That's a good pick.
I've seen some people do like custom versions of the Switch and stuff, but none of them are life size. They always look a little off.
Yeah.
I just would love to see what Lego would actually do with that design.
Yeah. I also would like to see something for like God of War. Would be really fun.
Oh, interesting.
But it's just a cool world and a great game.
Yeah.
Oh, they also did the Insomniac Spider-Man minifigure for Comic-Con.
Oh, they did.
That's another one. That's great.
Yeah.
They also did another Lego Star Wars one is they did the little Inferno Squad battle pack from Star Wars Battlefront 2. Like Iden Versio and Inferno Squad was like created for the Battlefront 2 campaign, and they made it into a little battle pack. That's another one.
Battlefront. That's a good one. I feel like there's more things they could do in Battlefront.
Yeah, not a ton of them are like original though. But that is one of my other favorite games of all time is the Battlefront 2 from 2017. And so I actually forgot about the Versio battle pack earlier. I might not have chosen it anyways, other than the fact that it's based off of one of my favorite games of all time.
Well, we had to limit it, and it's not like we have hours and hours to discuss. But if you want to discuss it for hours and hours, come to the store. These are the discussions that we're having daily on the floor. Where a lot of these topics come from is what are we talking about in the store and dreaming about, and as sets come in. And,
we should do that on the podcast.
Yeah, exactly. I'll text you. Just a reminder.
Yep.
But that's kind of, I think, covers us for what's new in the world of Lego and gives us
Yeah.
a little look.
It is a fun topic, video game Lego.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so much more Lego could do in that arena.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
I'm kind of surprised we haven't had more like games based on some of the Marvel properties. Or I mean more sets based on the Marvel property games like the Spider-Man
the Spider-Man
video games that are popular, but
Yeah.
there's
Yeah, we'll see.
I guess they've been sticking more to the TV shows and
I mean, the thing is that there's so many things you can make Lego sets off of that it's kind of like,
well, that's kind of the beauty of Lego, right?
yeah,
But that's enough video game talk.
sure.
And let's talk about what's happening in the store.
Yeah.
As we sit here, it is towards the end of the month of May.
May 30th to be exact.
Yeah, going into June. We're kind of in graduation season.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it would be fun if we kind of talk about some of the Lego grad gift ideas that might be out there
Yeah.
for the grads in your life. Because I really feel like this could work for, you have somebody graduating from kindergarten all the way to grad school. I feel like there's a Lego gift for them.
There's a Lego gift for all.
For everyone. In fact, didn't you get, maybe you got yourself,
Oh, yeah.
but your grad school gift?
Yeah, when I was in my first year of grad school, I bought the UCS Millennium Falcon and I saved it and kept it sealed in the box until I finished because it was like I bought it with the intention of it being my grad school gift to myself. So when I graduated grad school and I moved into my current apartment pretty early on when I got there, I cracked open the box and built the entire UCS Millennium Falcon. And it was like my graduation gift to myself. And it was awesome. I kept the set at my parents' house for a while and it was in their shed and they had a bunch of rain one weekend.
No.
And I went to go check on it and it was like sitting on top of like those black and yellow like Costco bins.
Oh, yeah.
And the only bin in the shed that the lid flooded was this one. And it was sitting, my dad had double wrapped it in black trash bags. So like to protect it from potential water. But the water soaked through the bags and through the box and got the interior boxes a little bit wet and also got like half of the instruction manual wet. So luckily I was able to find it pretty quickly after it happened and I was visiting. I left the next day. But my dad took my mom's hair dryer and dried every single page of the entire instruction manual. And all of the bags, all of the pieces were still in their interior bags. So they weren't damaged in any way.
Right.
So it ended up being perfectly fine.
And the sticker survived?
Sticker survived. It was the main bummer was just like, this isn't the like I opened it up to like see the damage. I was like, this wasn't the unboxing experience. I thought that I would have this set, but
so so grad school Lego Millennium Falcon, which ironically right now, if you do want to get a grad school, college grad, or high school grad, we have a lot of UCS sets in the store. We discussed them a few episodes back, but the AT-AT, the Falcon, the gunship, lots to choose from.
Star Destroyer, which isn't sealed.
Yeah, that's not sealed. I was thinking
sealed. We still have the B-wing.
No, it's sold.
It's sold?
Yeah.
Never mind. We don't have the B-wing anymore.
We don't have the B-wing anymore. So starting off, we have sets for the younger set, which would be great for kindergarten or elementary school. Like we talked about, I think maybe an underappreciated theme for like a graduation gift might be the botanicals. I mean, it's the flowers that never die.
For sure.
So you could come and, give that bouquet.
Because bouquet of flowers is a very traditional graduation day gift.
Right.
But just if you give them ones that they can not only build, but like Chris said, last.
Yeah, they'll be there forever instead of a fun also kind of graduation card idea that somebody in the store was actually building. They came in and they had a number of grads in their life and they were building minifigs of each of them to like include in the card, cool. As, themselves as minifig form.
That's fun.
So another fun idea, like if you don't know what to get a grad in your life. come build them out of minifigs. And
There you go.
and
Everybody likes themselves in Lego form.
they do.
Who doesn't?
Anytime you take the time and thought to make something for someone else, it just, I think it's extra appreciated. Plus, there's always gift cards.
It's true. They can come pick out their own gift.
Yeah, pick out their own. We're actually going to be doing a special in June.
Ooh.
Where if you bring in your graduation cap, if you're a graduate, whether you graduated from kindergarten or grad school, bring in your cap, and you can either choose to build a free minifig or grab a tub of bulk. So it's up to you what you would like, but just a little something for the graduates that are out there. A little fun for graduation time.
I'll tell you what, I for some reason never feel super comfortable like asking people for Lego for things because like I like spending my money on Lego, but not everyone else does. But I can tell you what, I love getting Lego. And I'm sure that even if there's someone in your life that likes Lego and hasn't specifically asked for it, they'd still appreciate it.
Yeah, a lot of people, I hear that a lot, that people don't like to necessarily ask for Lego, or I get a lot from people, oh, I would love to get you a Lego set, but we don't know what you have.
Yeah.
For big collectors.
That's where gift cards are good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gift cards are good. And you know what? People will just appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, and it's like, oh, I know somebody that collects Lego, but they just get all the massive sets, and I can't afford that. Well, then again, gift card,
right?
Just to take something off.
Yeah, or
sets.
Or I was talking to someone this week too. They just love the little builds that they can display in their office or on their desk.
Yeah.
There's tons of fun small sets, whether they're brickheads or a lot of the small Animal Crossing sets are fun.
Yeah.
I mean, even there are a lot of great poly bags right now.
Oh, yeah.
The
maple poly bag.
The maple poly bag. We've got the Venom.
Best poly bag ever.
We still have some of the Batman and Doctor Strange poly bags in the store. Those
are both good.
There's been a lot of good poly bags in the last few years, and that's a great small thing. Build up, put on your desk, let Maple be your friend. So, just a little fun stuff in the store right now.
Yeah.
Father's Day is also coming up. The week leading up to Father's Day, we'll have, if you come and build your dad, we'll give you a special little plate to put your dad on.
Your dad fig.
Your dad fig on. There are a few you can choose from. Happy Father's Day, World's Greatest Dad, those type of things. So another great opportunity to come in, and I bet most dads would love to get Lego because then they can also build it with their kids, which makes it even more more special. That's what's happening in the store.
There it is.
Do you have anything else you would like to tell the people before we climb down the ladder out of the clubhouse today?
I don't think so. Other than I'm excited for some of the June 1st sets that we're going to talk about next week.
Oh, yeah, next week. Lots to talk about.
Yeah.
Well, with that, say goodbye, Evan.
Goodbye, Chris.